To the guest room with Dr.Dee. I am so excited that you all decided to make your reservation, and guess what? Your reservation is now confirmed that you are now joining the guest room. Here in the guest room, we have engaging conversations with our guests who are shaping the world. So today on our very first episode, this will be our, I'll say, exciting moment here because we have a guest I've known for a while now, and he is doing great things in our community as well as in the arts, as well as even in the business and entrepreneur space. So now I would like to introduce you to our first guest, which is Edward Thomas. So welcome, Edward.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad that you decided to be here. Thank you all, because guess what, y'all? We're in Atlanta, and you all know how Metro Atlanta's traffic is, so we are here. But Edward, thank you so much for joining the guest, for joining me at the last minute. Thank you so much. You just obliged. I'm really excited. So first of all, I want you to be able to tell our guest about yourself. Tell our guest about you. Give us a little intro.
Well, my name is Edward Hezekiah Thomas III.
Okay.
And I was originally born in Florence, South Carolina. And I think my mom and dad moved here when I was about 3-4 years old. So I grew up in the Decatur, Georgia area and everything. So, and then I went on to Shamrock High School, graduated from there, and went to Georgia Southern University, graduated from there, and also pledged Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated while I was there as well. So in that instance, I got with my lovely wife, Patricia Thomas, and we had 2 sons, Joshua and Isaiah Thomas, and everything. So just trying to continue with life and trying to encourage people to do good in society.
Did you all hear that we have a commonality there? We are in the D9 together. So when he said Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, so we have a little something in common. So you had expressed us that you're married. You have 2 sons, 2 adult sons now. I've known them when they were little and they were coming up. So that's been a transition there. So that's great to hear that. Never knew that you were from the Carolinas. Wow.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you came down to Georgia. Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
We'd love to have more people here, but thank you. You are now native now, basically, because you've been down here for a while, so that's good. And then you're in Decatur, so that's good. So along the way, you expressed a little bit about how, you're just, trying to do what's right. But tell our guests, as well as myself, what has your journey been? How has it been in this part what we call life? How has your journey been?
My journey has been adventurous. And you go through, and I've gone through many obstacles in life, and and I'm happy to say that through those obstacles I've overcome things, and I think that's the goal in life, that you will have so many obstacles to overcome and go around and go through, but to continue forward and to continue to persevere to your accomplishments.
That says a lot. Persevere. I use that today because life can throw so many curveballs at us, and so it just shows us that hey, we have 2 choices: either we give up or we keep going. So we're in the faith, so we know how we have to just say if we have faith in itself,
right,
we got to keep pushing.
Exactly.
You got to keep going. The obstacles going to come, but out of that, the obstacles teach us lessons.
Exactly.
And so, just your story. You and I have been friends and rocking for a while. Raising sons in this society. That has to be very trying.
Very trying.
Because our boys, our young black men, are outcast right when they're born, right when the sonogram hits. Basically, hey, you have a son. And so how has that been, raising 2 sons in this society that we have now compared to when we were growing up?
Well, it's been very interesting even up to this point. My oldest Joshua is 25, my youngest is 21. And just bringing them up through from the time that they were born up until this time, there were many things and many questions that they asked because they were going through things as well. So, the first thing that I've always taught them that they were and they are somebody. And they're somebody, so in knowing that you can walk tall and strong through any and everything, any place you go through, anything or any situations you go through.
Right.
So if you can instill that in your children as they come up, then through anything that goes on with them, they can persevere through that.
That's awesome, and that's just something that I think that should be a mantra for everybody, not just our black boys, but for our girls as well. I have 3 nephews that I'm helping raise with my niece, and so just trying to instill that in them, because society has now taken the place of almost a parent or a guardian or even that grandmama who raised them. And so I just think it's good that we and yourself can instill that in your sons, and they can permeate that over into society and maybe teach somebody else, maybe their own, or just a young boy that's watching them. So I think that's good. So now let's pivot over into the business part of it. Yeah, the money, the money part. So you have a business. I did my little research. I was just researching. I saw the backdrop on the Facebook page. So tell our guests about your business.
My business is called Managed Media Marketing and Design Services, LLC. And basically, I provide products and services through the print industry and marketing industry for my clientele and so forth. So whatever my clientele needs as far as marketing tools and so forth, I service them with those needs.
Okay, that's good, because I've even asked for some, you've consulted me on some things. So what led you, and what led you into this field of work?
I believe at the early age when I was a teenager, my favorite subject in school was art. So I loved art, and growing up, being artistic as I was and still am, but I just enjoyed that. But then going into college, I thought that I was supposed to be an engineer, like my uncles, like my father, and everybody before me. So that was a challenge, because it didn't really compute to me mentally that this is where I want to be in engineering. So I had a heart-to-heart talk with my father, Edwin T. Thomas Sr., and he told me, he said, well, son, what do you like to do? That's what he told me. And I said, well, Daddy, I like art and design and stuff like that. He said, well, why don't you become an art major? And it was just so simple to that. And he made that so simple for me. So I did my research. I love the technical end of what you can do in the industry that I work with. So at Georgia Southern University, there was an industrial management program where they had an emphasis in graphic arts and print management. And so I decided to take that major, and here I am today, 35 years afterwards, and still in the industry. So so that's a joy to me. I'm doing what I like to do. I'm doing what I love to do.
And it's not work. It's what you enjoy doing.
Exactly.
It's what you enjoy. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do I really want to do when I grow up? But I think that is so commendable. And, it's just like jacklegs like us, right? My other guest, Wayne, we talked about, it's amazing in that space that you all are in. Here it is, I'm a jackleg. I have no idea what y'all talking about, because when I say I need this right here, it's amazing how you all as artists can take out what's in Dee's head and actually put it to print or something like that. I can give you the concept. This is what I want, and it's hard to be able to, like you said, it's technical, because you got to get inside somebody's head to figure out what they want on this piece of paper to be able to market whatever they're doing. I think that's one.
Exactly.
That's a gift. That's not a talent. That's a gift
That's,
almost. And to see how that can transpire, and then to see the end product of what you've done, that has to, that in itself is like, I did that. You know,
it's a
without
wonderful
you even
thing.
wanting the accolades, but knowing that you have done something to service someone else, and for them to do what they're doing as of servicing someone else, it's paying it forward, basically. You
And
know?
that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal, to service as many people as you can to make them happy and make them fulfilled with the products and or services that they need.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. D again, and I want to just come in and tell you this really quick. Did you know that I am an author? Yes, I am. I'm an author of 2 books, Cage in a Cubicle, Spiritual Lessons, and It's Time to Own Your Truth. But our first book here, Cage in a Cubicle, Spiritual Lessons, came as a result of me working in corporate America. And with that being said, it also came as of me writing in my journal as well as my dissertation. And I couldn't believe it that I was actually living what I was writing, in a sense, in my dissertation, that is. And so here it is, it's coming now to fruition as of now writing a book. Who would have ever thought that I would be writing a book about my experiences in a cage cubicle? And every now and then, I thought the cage cubicle was there to hurt me, but in essence, it was there to protect me, and it gave me some life lessons as spiritual lessons as well. And so I want you all to be able to tune into this book. Read this book. It's really good because it can help you on so many different levels. How you can purchase this book is go to Amazon.com. The book is sold there. Hey, just help a sister out, and I look forward to being able to answer any questions you may have. Just drop me a note in the chat, and I look forward to connecting with you. Talk soon. Kick it right here. How do you feel about these new designs that's coming out? Technically, like we'll use the seed Canva, like those products that are trying to, take mainstream over. Because when I had a conversation with my producer here, Cedric, he and I were talking, and he would say even with photography, it's so many apps and filters that's taking the place of a photographer. So how do you feel about that and the space that you're in with all these new technological features that's coming out?
Well, I just think you just have to blend everything in and have everything work hand in hand with one another. With certain applications, as you spoke on, there's still technical things that needs to come about when something is either designed and ready to go to print. So they still have to work hand in hand. So I think it's not a bad thing to have everyone learn a particular aspect of that particular business of print and marketing. And I think like I said, I think it comes hand in hand. So it makes things smoother if you allow it to. So you have to allow it to make things smoother and everything come together to create a product for a client.
Yeah.
So
a well-designed product.
A designed product.
You be like, so I get it. I totally
so that's why I say it comes hand in hand. Even when somebody brings you a particular design out of these applications that they've come out of, there's still some technical things that some additional things that may need to be worked with that particular design. You see that they're going to need some expertise on.
And see, that was my next question. That was the significance of that, because you want that product to be pristine. You want it to be sharp, because in all, it's a reflection of your work. You know what I'm saying? And I love how you said that, how you have to fix something that came in. That's just like somebody bringing a car, like, okay, here we go. Again, you got to get inside the human mind. What is the concept they're trying to convey while making it look sharp as if nothing was wrong with it. I think that's a masterpiece in itself. Anybody who's in that industry that you all are in, particularly you in that space dealing with your business and being able to just go out and do that, And I think that's just a gift in itself. It's not talent, it's a gift, when you're dealing with human beings.
Exactly.
It's a gift. So let me ask you this question here. As a manager, as a business owner, you have a team. So tell our guests and those aspiring entrepreneurs, what's your expectation of your staff and your team?
My expectation is for everyone to have the determination to service a client, to provide them with a product and service that they are most satisfied with. And to do that, to know what you're working with and the tools and the equipment and everything that you're working with in order to fulfill that client's their expectations of service.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. With that being said, you want them to have that potential, and your core philosophy, though, out of that, what would you say would be your core philosophy? Somebody who's coming in, you're giving them, the expectation, but your core philosophy, like you taught your boys, you can be whatever you are, want to be. Hey, you are somebody. What would be your core philosophy to entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, those aspiring in this field, or not just entrepreneurs in itself?
My core philosophy is to speak life.
Okay.
To speak life into individuals, to speak life into everything. And the reason for that is because when you speak life into everything outwardly, and then outwardly to the societies that you live in, everywhere that you go, then everything will work itself out. Speak life, not death. Speak life.
That's powerful. You don't say the word that we can go and collect the offering. You said speak life. Speak life.
That's my core philosophy.
Yeah.
Speak life.
Because the power of the tongue. Okay, we're not going to go on that. We'll get to that on the next episode. But
right.
I totally get that. But speaking life, but let me now ask you this about the challenges that you may have or are experiencing along your journey, as of entrepreneurship. What has some of the challenges been that you face so far as a man, a black man? And with that being said, what lessons did you learn along the way?
The challenges is just to get the many people out here to accept you as who you are, right, and what your capabilities are and what you can do.
Okay.
You see, so in doing that, you're gonna run into those that may not take to you,
right,
as a person that could help them. You see, based on other competitions out there, or a simple mere fact that they may just not trust you. But you have to just persevere, as I say before, through that, and continue to make yourself available, make yourself presentable to everyone, and let them know that you continuously can perform what they need in order to make them fulfilled.
Yeah, and I think that's powerful, because you all as black men face so much.
Oh yeah.
You just standing being who you are, you face so much, and now it's even more so for females,
Right.
I think sometimes our black men are devalued
Right.
a lot, just for who they are, the history of a black man. And what gets me is it's just a false pretense, and sometimes just being who you are is an intimidating factor.
Right.
Because some people are just insecure in who they are. Let's just keep it real, But I would say, you're persevering, like you said. That's
Oh yeah.
the word.
And don't keep yourself down. Oh yeah. Do not keep yourself down.
Right.
Do not keep yourself down. Continue to move and push forward through all of the challenges that you go through, because you're going to go through, even in this industry that I work in, you're going to go through so many challenges, and you're going to go through some setbacks. But those setbacks are learning tools to make yourself in the future better. So that's how you have to take it. Don't put yourself down. Continue, even if you do have a setback, continue to make that as a learning tool and a stepping stone to move yourself and push yourself forward to be better.
That's a lesson for me. See, that's why he's my friend, and he's my friend. See, whew, that's just the word, y'all. I mean, come on, guests. Come on, y'all can feel that. Y'all feel that, okay? So I'm going to ask this, and we're going to wrap it up. What would you say your biggest accomplishment is so far? Your biggest accomplishment? Come on now. Come on.
Personally, I would say Personally, my biggest accomplishment is just my faith in God, and knowing who I am
Right.
now.
Okay.
You see, and knowing what the things that I want to do and accomplish in life. That's my biggest accomplishment, and that's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
You see, that's an ongoing thing, and and that I enjoy. I enjoy having that faith because I feel that everyone needs it. Because that's what powers me every day to get up, to want to get in front of somebody and help them with what I do as far as my business is concerned, and what I can do otherwise for and to help somebody in what they do.
That's awesome. You need to be a motivational speaker, man. And he doesn't like to talk, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Because he was just saying before we got on the camera, I don't have a biggest accomplishment. I can't tell. Okay. Okay, so one thing, and then we're going to wrap it here. Do you have someone or something that inspires you to keep going and to do the work that you're doing today? Do you have that one somebody or something that inspires you to keep going?
Jesus inspires me each and every day. Just knowing that I have life and I have the opportunity to make something of myself this day and to help somebody make something of themselves this day. Jesus gave that as an opportunity for us to have life and to do just that.
Y'all, this is it here. This is the truth here. He's a silent storm. That should have been his line name, Quiet Storm. But this is Edward. This is what I wanted you all to understand about entrepreneurs. It's not always an easy ride. You hear the challenges that he's experienced.
Exactly.
You hear what inspires him, who inspires him, and what he can do to progress into his business, and how he has inspired his sons. That's most importantly, and how they constantly look up to him. And then how that can now play out into society. And so I just find it amazing how you just came in and you were just like, I don't have anything to say. Could you not tell that he did have something to say? But let me just give you all this, and then we'll close it on out for this episode here. Evan and I met. I think I was the one that I saw you first. Yeah,
You saw me first, exactly.
I was in an appointment, and I saw his tag. And I opened up the door, and I said, hey. And he was like this, hey. Because he's real quiet and mild mannered. And he was like, hey. And I was like, you an alpha, And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And from that point on, our friendship has begun. It has bloomed. He's been there when I had dogs and all this kind of thing. He's been there. And so, what I love about a friendship is that you don't have to talk every day. When you need them, they're there.
We're there.
And you've been there, and he's helped me in my spiritual walk. I was like, I need to find a church that give me a good Bible study that I can actually ask questions. And he said, come to mine. And so that has been great. That you're not afraid to share the faith. And so I find that so fulfilling. And so I want to thank you, my guest, the guest room. We want to thank you
for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here. I certainly really appreciate it. And I love your show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So here it is, guys. We wrap up this episode here of the guest room. Again, the guest room is here for you. And as you look at this guest room show here, we want you to always like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you on the next guest room. Bye. Hello, everyone. It's Dr.Dee again, and I am so excited to be back before you. I wanted to let you know I have another book. I've written another book, and it's called It's Time to Own Your Truth. This is a 31-day motivational book for you all to read to carry you throughout your day. Now, you may be asking, Dr. Dee, how did this book come about? It came about after a supervisor told me to be intentional about what I want to do as of my career, and also intentional about what I want to do with my life. Now, I knew what I wanted to do about my life, but about my career, he said, you have to make the move to be able to do what you have to do, Dee. And so this book came as a result of that, but it also came as a result of me sitting in a coaching class. I was in a training class, and so therefore the title came to me. It's time to own your truth as of your calling, your purpose, Dee, and what's driving you to do what you do best. And so here it is. It came about in a 31-day motivational book of 31 chapters for each day of the week for you to be able to engross and get in deep detail with who you are. So again, purchase this book. It's time to own your truth, and you can purchase this book on Amazon.com. I look forward to you all supporting and purchasing. And again, Amazon.com. It's time to own your truth. Talk soon.